Now, showing at the Market Theatre's John Kani Auditorium is a sacred piece which explores the ideals of fatherhood, children's relationship with their father, and the complexities that come with being a father. The play is an interdisciplinary piece which involves physical theatre and dance, song, and audiovisual elements. And the play is choreographed by moving into dance artistic director Sunnyboy Motau, and he joins us now to tell us more about it. Good morning, Sunnyboy. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Masechaba and your viewers.
Thank you so much thank you for your time. I mean, this sounds like a really incredible piece, especially in a country that has been dubbed the fatherless nation. What inspired this particular production?
It's one of the most unique and special works that I've worked on. So this project is a project that has started with the Kwasha Theatre Company, which is a program that is run by the Windy Brow Theatre and Market Theatre Foundation. It's run by Gerard Bester. So they have a couple of students, which is 5 at the moment, interns, that have graduated from varsities, and they had a project that they had to write stories about their connections with their father and what does it mean for them. What are the highlights on that project? So it's then that's where MID was also invited by Greg Hoffman, which is the artistic director of the Market Theatre. Then we started having a conversation about these stories, like what are the commonalities, because MID as well is more like an institution and a dance company, and we've got people, or young people, who are slowly becoming fathers as well, and also they've faced some challenges with their relationship with their dads or bonds. So we were spiked or intrigued by the voices that speaks of these kind of experiences or these stories that because most of the time we hear stories about deadbeats, mostly speaking from a mother's point of view or an aunt or a grandmother, but now it's a story, it's a work that really hears what a child experienced through the absence or through the struggles that they face when they don't have their father, or even the fathers that are here that are supporting their children. What is it? What does that bond look like, and what does it feel like? Yeah, so we have created this work over a period of 4 weeks in the studio, but the preparation started before that. So it's a work that it needs to be seen and also needs to be heard by our communities. As you know, South Africa is one of the countries that is large in terms of kids growing up without fathers, or houses that are only raised by women. But, so we wanted to address this and bring it to light, and just to give these young kids, or give kids, an ear and say, tell us what is it? What does it feel like? To grow in a home that is you've got 2 parents or you've got 1 parent, and how can you share this experience with us, and how can we inform or share with the world, like what are the challenges that you are facing? Yeah.
All right, please enlighten us on these conversations that you've had with these young people. What are the experiences? Tell us more about the stories that have come out of this. What are the commonalities?
Most of the commonalities, you find that most of them, it's either they've lost the connection with their dads through divorces. Some, it's dads that they've never met completely. I think one of the stories that resonated, that sort of touched me, it's of one of the dancers. The dancers also had to share their side of the stories. That one of our dancers, the only thing that he remembers from his dad is that he would come visit. I think he was less than 5 years, and would come with a 10 rand note and a 500 gram of baby powder and sunlight, and he would disappear. Then after a couple of years, he would come in again just for a moment, then he would go. So there isn't any much of a connection with his dad. And now he's expecting his firstborn child at the age of 32 years. And he's trying to find connection and make contact with the dad, but he's sort of not sure. What is it? Like, what route do I take as a young adult now who's starting his own family? Who do I turn to? As we know, the African cultures, kids are mostly need to be introduced into the father's side or the father's cultures and ceremonies and whatnot, so that the child becomes more stronger. So his struggle now, his challenges. Do I really want to involve this person that I've only met twice when I was less than 10 years? And it's conversations that are sort of really touching at the moment for him, because like, will I be a better guy like him? Because his dream is to be a better father, but how do I not get to that point? Understand? So it's really really touching and really interesting to see. Yeah, it's really touching and also really uh, very informative that as we bring life into the world, how do we make sure that we become more responsible fathers? How do we make sure that our kids get the most of us, even though we are in this busy world of looking for better opportunities for ourselves and making sure that our kids are raised in good homes? But how do we make sure that we also give ourselves, not just provide financial? When do we give time? When do we speak to these kids or to our kids and really listen? What do they feel like? Or what do they want? What do they want to experience even more? What is it? What are their hopes and dreams, without just coming in from work and just passing by? Yeah.
This is such a beautiful narrative, Sunny Boy. How do you
Yeah.
ensure that this narrative translates through choreography?
Yeah, so we've got 5 MID dancers. So what we have done, we've got on this production, what's beautiful, we've got a verbal and non-verbal approach. And non-verbal is mostly movement. So all the stories, the dancers had to write them down. Then you have to translate it into movement. So this is not a dance choreography. We're just going to entertain, but we've created in a way that it speaks of their experiences, speaks of their challenges that they've faced. So it's very very interesting, and it's been a very insightful route for me as a choreographer, because now I'm not only just creating for myself, but I'm creating on top of someone else's stories. I'm retelling their stories, but through movement. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Where and how can people experience this amazing production?
So this we're performing this work at the Market Theatre John Kani. We've got a very short program or a running program. So tonight we've got a performance at 7 o'clock at John Kani Theatre. Then tomorrow we've got a matinee at 3 o'clock. Then after the matinee we've got a talk where we have invited organizations that are dealing with issues around men or issues around kids who are facing difficulties. Then we've also invited a company from Alexandra, which also have created a similar work to us. So we're going to have a dialogue just after the performance, just to speak of these commonalities, speak of these challenges, speak of a way forward. How do we make sure that these stories get to be told even more further and like just be kept on one stage? So Father and I is only running between today and tomorrow. It's a very short running program. So I'd advise all the people at home, everyone, to come and watch this work, because it's once in a lifetime. Once you miss it now, you're not even sure when it will come back. But
All right.
we advise people to come, in numbers.
Thank you, Sunny Boy. Where do people find you on social media?
So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Sunnyboy Motau, or you can go to Moving to Dance Mopatong pages, both sides, Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, for the tickets, complete ticket, or you can get them by the door.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. That was Sunnyboy Motau, choreographer of a newly created dance theatre work called Father and I.